I'm very interested in also the creative side, how role-playing inspires creativity, and getting involved in creating stuff for games and so on. And I know that there are many games out there, or a fair few games out there that have licenses and programs and so on that are designed to allow people to get involved and create stuff for the system and so on and so forth. Is that an approach that you're open to? And if so, how does somebody get involved?
Okay, so we've considered the possibility of creating one of these licenses, or whether it was an equivalent of open game licensing or one of the more restricted and controlled versions. But the real problem I've found is, for most creators, it's either Larry Niven or Robert Heinlein said this, most would-be writers want to be would-be authors. The actual finishing of the document is the hard bit. So, we've got a number of manuscripts out there in the wild where people are working on them, but until I actually get a final draft, they're not really real to me.
Yeah.
And so our view is, if somebody wants to write for Rolemaster Harp, pitch an idea to us.
Okay.
And essentially, we'll get you a contract.
Yeah.
And we'll say, hopefully you'll be ready in this amount of time.
Yeah.
And just perhaps they'll make it. Lots of authors don't complete. Sorry, lots of writers do not actually complete. Right. Something happens in real life, they get halfway there or less, and then they sort of stop. And so that has been...
So you're open to it, but you're looking for people to come to you with finished work?
No. I'm happy for people to pitch an idea like Subterfuge. Harp Subterfuge was an idea from a freelancer. Beyond the Veil, Folkways were ideas from those freelancers.
What is that, a source book?
That's basically a companion equivalent for Harp, but on the thiefly side.
Okay.
So rules and ideas about being rogues and similar. But that was an idea that a person wanted to do.
So somebody could come to you and pitch an idea for, say, an adventure?
Yeah. And we'll create the contract, and then if they can complete if they can get to a draft, then we can get them published. But the key is getting to that final draft. That is the biggest problem I find with most people who set out to write, that something happens that causes them not to finish. They started with the best of intentions, and so I've not really felt that handing out a license is going to make that any better. Whereas if you pitch to us, if you could actually finish, we will get it published.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yes, this took a number.